Hello everybody, this is Joseph Propati, and today I'm going to do an unboxing of my game Combat in the List, and the unboxing is from the Game Crafter. So I had the game created through Game Crafter. It's a long time coming. This is going to be very interesting because I've done a lot of different iterations on this game, and this is the first time I've ever had it created completely through the Game Crafter. Now, the good and the bad is, and I'm very interested to see how it came out, but usually the Game Crafter has really good components. They do a good job on their components. The problem is they're very expensive. Now, everything that was created through the Game Crafter is over $100. Unfortunately, I don't think people are going to buy that because this doesn't even have a box. But I wanted to create it because I want to play the game. It's a 2 to 6 player game, and I wanted to see how it comes out. So this is going to be very interesting, and I hope you enjoy it. So like I said, this is an unboxing of my game Combat in the List. You can see the game and all the components on Board Game Geek. You can download all the PDFs, but this is everything completed through the Game Crafter. So, let's see what we got. So we have our cards. A lot of cards, but not as many cards as there were in the beginning. I've cut those way down. There's going to be some components, and looks like they gave the big... Finally got a game board and the player mats. So let's go through this. Alright, so this is everything. Obviously there's no rule book created out of it. That's going to be a PDF, but let's take a look at these first. So, these are all the player boards. And 6 player boards. Double-sided. I just did that. Same on both sides, but just so you could just grab it and throw it down and you know. So there's the black player, green player. This is for the orange player, blue, purple, and red. And that's gonna fit. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. So here's all the cubes, and there's cubes for each. So if I get the red ones, right, you have your pieces. It's going to keep track. There's going to be 7 on each. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2 on here because you track your health using 2, because that tells you how much damage you had. So just a quick to do. If I get another red on here, we can take these all out. There's also one 6-sided dice, but you would do it like this. You would have your damage. So if you took 6 damage, right, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And now you would know how much damage you took during that round. If you just had 1, it's important in the game because you need to know how much damage, and it has an effect if you've taken a lot of damage. So for knockdowns, things like that. So that's why you have 2 here. But you have your 7 cubes, right? And those would go for each one of these. Oh, beautiful. I love it. So there's your player board with the cubes. Very nice. I love their components. These are beautiful. Look at that. Purples are kind of dark, but that's okay. You can distinguish them from the other ones. So these are all the cubes. It's 7 cubes per player board. You know, 6 player boards. All right. So we got our player boards. Let's look at this. This is one I've been really looking forward to. This is the new game board. And it's an 18 by 18 Oh man, that is beautiful. So, like this. And it should fit. Let's see. Everything's laser cut. And we have our pieces. So we'll just pop one of these guys out so we can see how it fits. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. It fits perfect. So these are the characters. So I'll show these. All right. So we have 6 characters, double-sided. This is your upright fighting character, and then this is when he's knocked down. All right. So we have those 6. These are where you take, things are broken. If you have a broken arm, leg, these are markers that would go right on the player boards. So right in here. So if you broke, let's say we have the green player and you broke your left hand, well, then you would put it right there. Because there's broken parts you can do. You can break an arm, a hand, a leg, and then each player has their own counters for that. Again, I would clean these off because they get really dirty because of the laser cut. So we have counters for all players. Those are all the broken bones. Then we have our martial piece. Right, he's the guy that would go around the edge. Right, he's watching for sneak attacks, making sure you do the right thing. The only thing I don't like is when they do the laser cut. When it cuts, you get a burst. So it's not a full cut. There's like just a little tab. So that's a bummer. I could use those. That's one thing in GameCrafter is they do it based on card and pieces. So it'll be 6 cards or 6 pieces per card. So you pay for this whole thing if you don't use it. So that was a waste. But then you have your right hand, left hand. These are here for what you hold your weapon in. So if you're going to be using the left hand, you just put a marker there so that way you know that the sword's in the left hand. Because see, if you get your sword hand broken, well, it'll say broken, and then you'll have to switch to a left hand. Or, this will be a right hand, and then you'll switch to the left hand. So, like that. And it's flipped. Left hand, right hand. And that lets you know what hand you're in. So each player has one of these. These are also laser cut, which is very cool. Right, left hand, right hand. And then let's talk about the cards. Alright, a lot of cards. We've got, and if you're familiar with the game, you'll know there's movement cards, rotation cards. So like movement cards, every player has movement cards. These are your movement cards: forward, forward right, forward left. These are what you'll present when you're going to do your movement turn, right? One step forward. Everybody has a movement card, or movement cards. And then in here we have our special cards. So let's put all the movement cards together, special cards together. And, things aren't, you kind of get a group of things. So here's the special cards. These are attack and defense cards. So again, God, I just love their cards. Linen finish, very durable. These are going to last for a long time. The only thing, I always have a complaint about this is you get some cards that are beautifully centered, and then you get some that aren't. You never know. Some are going to be good. Some will have it off like that. That's pretty off. But the art and the graphics came out really good. So these are all the special attack and defense cards. And then now we have defense cards and attack cards. So all the green ones are defense cards, and each player gets a certain amount. So we have defense, and these are defense on specific body parts. So when someone takes an attack on you, you could block that if you have the specific defense card for that body part. So like if they do an attack on your right arm, if you have this in your card, you can play this and it will block that. So these are all the defense. There's going to be a lot of these. And there we go, we got some more. Then we have our attack cards. And these are when you're attacking specific body parts. So you have, there's black, blue, and red. So there's slashing, and then crushing, and stabbing. The red. Get rid of these greens. So these would be all divvied up. Let's get these. Alright, some more special cards. And then here you go, here's the red. So we have red, black, and blue. So stabbing, crushing, and slashing. There you go. And then you'll have these, some cards will be without combinations, and then you'll have some that have a combination. So it'll say combo, and then you'll look for the icon, and it'll say if you have all three of these together, you can make a really powerful combination attack. And could possibly knock down or break an arm or leg of an opponent based on what you're attacking. So these are all the different types of attack cards. And then we have, these are your sneak attack cards to let you know how the facing is and what the roll will be if you make the attack. And then we have rotation cards. And these are your rotation cards. These let you know that after you make a move, you can rotate your player 1 or 2, and then you'll play this to let them know, or maybe you won't do any rotation. So you'll play that, everybody will flip it over, and then you'll rotate your character, your player piece on the board. So, and that's why you'll see the player pieces have an arrow. So that's for facing, and that way if you did a 1 rotation or 2 rotations, so to the right, or you could do it to the left. So that's where that arrow comes in. So everybody has rotation cards that they play. So this is it. This is everything from the Game Crafter. Again, very happy. Looks beautiful. The board, everything. So this is, if you purchase this through the Game Crafter, this is everything you'd get, and then there'd be a PDF of the rules. I don't think I'm going to do a box or anything. It's unfortunate. I've put like such a teeny tiny margin on it. I'm not making any money on this. It's because it's so expensive. I don't know. It's going to be very hardcore players that buy it. I mean, it's a 6-player game. It's a 2 to 6 player game. So you can play with a bunch of people, and it has everything you need to play. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's because of the amount of components and the quality of the components that it costs so much. So if you're interested, leave some comments. If you have things you want to talk about, put them in the comments. Right now it's not on sale through Game Crafter. I need to go through all the cards, make sure everything looks good, that nothing is misprinted. But if everything goes good, yeah, I'm going to throw it up there, and if people want to buy it, like I said, I'm not making any money on it. I want the game out there so people can try it out and play it. Again, I'm sorry that it's so expensive, but I can't help that. That's just the Game Crafter. Game Crafter's a one-off producer, and they, although they do amazing graphics and components, it's just one of those things where you can't change the price. They're pretty expensive, because I made one. That's unless I make 1,000, they get down in price. But maybe I can do a crowd sale, and that will knock it down. But you have to knock the price down. You got to get a lot of people to buy. But as you can see, there's a lot of cards, a lot of components, a lot of high quality components. a nice game board. It's 18 by 18 inch game board, and very high quality pieces. So that's my game, Combat in the List, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video, this unboxing video. If you have any questions, again, leave them in the comments. As always, you can find all of these components on Board Game Geek. Just go search for the game, go into the file section, and all the PDFs are there. So if you don't want to buy any hard copy stuff, you can just download all the files and print it yourself. It's all there. Just want people to play the game. Appreciate you watching. Thanks again, and until next time.